Some of them are called prisons, some others are considered restorative offices, yet the one thing these spots share practically speaking is the way that they're intended to save individuals in a condition of imprisonment for a particular measure of time, or now, and then a lifetime. Yet, various prisons have various offices. More often than not, the condition of the jail relies upon the nation where it is and the individuals who deal with it. In any case, here and there detainment facilities are in such incredible condition that it causes you to keep thinking about whether the individuals to feel like they're hostage by any means. In the present video, we'll examine the street's most sumptuous penitentiaries up. That's right. Lavish, in light of the fact that only one out of every odd prison on the planet is as repetitive and exhausting as you would suspect. Some of them are sumptuous essentially in light of the detainees in them, and others. Indeed, something gained out of power and permitted them to become detainment facilities. The main is the awesome, better than some other 5-star inn. Number 12. HMP Berwyn Prison. Here's HMP, this one called Berwyn, which is considered to be the coziest prison in all of the UK. The inmates serving time in this place are not called prisoners. They're called men, and guards are respectful of these men's privacy. They always knock before going into someone's room, and every man in this prison has access to a laptop that they can use to order meals, schedule visits, and do their weekly shopping. On top of that, they can do tasks related to their studies. However, the men don't have access to a Wi-Fi network. The purpose of their gadgets is to help them with their tasks instead of being a distraction. Number 11. Chillon Castle. Chillon Castle. This place is no longer a prison, but it's worth mentioning. Since it's a castle and one of the most famous tourist attractions near Lake Geneva in Switzerland. Besides being a prison, it was also a medical fort, a military enforcement station, and a residence. Today, the place is a popular attraction, and since the 18th century, it has attracted and inspired a lot of writers from around the world. One of the most famous prisoners that served time in Chillon Castle. Let's jump on the number 10. Yankton Federal Prison Camp. The Federal Prison Camp, Yankton, is a minimum security United States federal prison for male inmates in Yankton, South Dakota. It is operated by the Federal Bureau of Prisons, a division of the United States Department of Justice. Minimum security institutions, commonly called federal prison camps, are designed for offenders who do not pose a risk of violence or escape. According to Bureau statistics, approximately 15% of all inmates are housed in minimum security facilities. Prison camps are different from regular prisons because they usually have no bars on the windows. You have what they call non-controlled movement, which means you can basically walk wherever you would like to the majority of the time. Number 9. Suomenlinna Prison. Considering that Finland is ranked as the number 1 happiest country in the world, and it doesn't surprise that one of their 13 prisons is actually an open prison. In this, inmates even get a key to their own room, and they're allowed to work part-time, do grocery shopping, and socialize as they wish. This open prison concept started in the last century as a rehab colony, but today it's an open facility where prisoners can participate in different activities under supervision. Suomenlinna is meant to be their last stop before they go back to their regular lives. They just gotta make sure they stay and do all their activities within the prison grounds. If they fail to do so, they could go back to the actual prison, and that wouldn't fun at all. Number 8. Cebu Prison. Prisons are known to be boring, monotonous places, but the prison in Cebu is challenging all of those ideas. Start speech are equal slow, while, end speech, it's certainly not as luxurious as other places on this list. Start speech V equals loud. It is one of the prisons that has done great at bringing creativity into the lives of the inmates' people, end speech. Here they can participate in singing and dancing to different musical numbers, and some of them are so good at it that they go and sign autographs after their performance in front of civilian audiences. The fact is that being in prison can make someone as famous as a celebrity. Number 7. JVA Fools Battle Prison. There's another prison that also looks like a 5-star hotel. It's not a surprise that this prison is also in Europe. JVA is in Hamburg, Germany, and its long-serving inmates can enjoy the privacy of their spacious cells, which are more like hotel rooms or even apartments. considering that they have a private shower, a private toilet, and a couch with lots of natural light. But prisoners at JVA should not expect to have everything done for them. After all, they are prisoners, so they're expected to do tasks such as their own laundry at the machines that have been provided. But if they need a break from their work, they can use the recreation room to release some stress. Number 6. Pondok Bambu Prison. Indonesia is the world's 4th largest country by population, 3rd biggest democracy, and the largest Muslim nation. Best known to many travelers for its alluring beaches and exotic culture, the sprawling Southeast Asian archipelago encompasses more than 17,000 islands. But today we are talking about the people who did some things that aren't right, and today they're in prison. There's one prison for women in Jakarta, which is the country's capital, where the women can participate in classes and even karaoke nights. They're well behaved, they can get their nails out of the prison salon. Even some people say that if you have enough money you can purchase a luxurious room here, and if you don't you can still try to grab your way into this type of room. Number 5. Chinching Prison. We are not sure what's your idea of prison, but one thing is sure, that you never expected to see one like King Change Prison in China. This place is filled with fish ponds and orchids, which makes it a great spot to relax and meditate. Guess the high-ranking government officials who are the majority of the inmates in this place. They can use their time to think of the things they did wrong and maybe even have a change of heart, but we can only wonder how bad they feel about the things they did. They're treated like royalty, eating fresh fruit, enjoying their HD TVs, and the messy hills outside the prison. Yeah, it's not like a prison, but still, you can call it that since they're not allowed to go out. Number 4. Pedro Prison. It's hard to believe. This can be considered a luxurious prison, but San Pedro Prison in Bolivia is actually quite special compared to others in the region. This place is set up to be a thriving community with appointed leaders, and even neighborhoods and families are allowed to coexist in this place. There are about 3,000 inmates, and all of them are allowed to work and rent or buy their accommodation within the prison grounds. If that wasn't enough, there's even a hotel inside the prison for any relative that wants to visit. Number 3. Salantuna Prison. When you look at this place you might confuse it for a hotel or some sort of fancy apartment complex, but in reality, it's none of that. This building is a Salantuna prison in Sweden, just like a hotel. In this facility, every inmate has a private cell with a comfy bed and an attached bathroom. Every prisoner has access to a very sophisticated gym and an open kitchen that's available for anyone who's interested in cooking. If the inmates get bored, they can head over to the recreation center and lay on the couch and chill out with some TV. Number 2. HM Prison. Her Majesty's Prisons is the name given to prisons in the United Kingdom, as well as some in Australia and a small number in Canada, Grenada, and Barbados. The title makes up part of the name of individual prisons, and is usually abbreviated to HM Prison or HMP. These prisons are quite more luxurious and other prisons within the HMP group. This designated for learning and allows the inmates to develop productive skills during their stay. The main purpose of Addywell was to send the inmates back into society with a range of skills that allowed them to thrive and be better. There were only 700 prisoners, so things are expected to be smooth. However, in 2009 there were quite a number of disturbances that got some custody officers injured. Number 1. California Prison. This prison in California is perhaps the fanciest prison in all of the US. That doesn't say much, since the prison system in this country is quite controversial. However, this jail in Fremont, California stands out among others due to its unique pay-to-stay service that gives inmates a chance to experience a decent lifestyle for the price of $155 per day. The place has a widescreen HD TV, gaming tables along with cell showers, and bathrooms enough for 54 people granted. This can actually hold up to 96 prisoners. It's not the best jail in the world, but it's quite an upgrade for a US prison. The only thing to keep in mind is that this space is for people who committed minor offenses in the area. Don't expect to find a high-level criminal in this place. This is the end of our video. Please share your experience by using the comment box. You can also watch more amazing videos here.